When Steve Harvey confronted a contestant who said, "Go back where you came from," the stage was set for a powerful moment. This confrontation would ignite a firestorm of emotions, challenge deep-seated beliefs, and reveal the transformative power of empathy. What happens next will leave you captivated and questioning your own perspectives. Buckle up, because this is a journey you won't want to miss. The camera pans over a lively studio, filled with bright lights and an enthusiastic audience buzzing with anticipation. Upbeat music plays as Steve Harvey strides onto the stage, his trademark smile lighting up the room, instantly captivating the viewers at home. The warmth of his presence envelops the audience, setting the tone for what promises to be an unforgettable episode. The atmosphere is electric, brimming with excitement, as contestants prepare for their chance to win life-changing prizes. Among them is Alex, a middle-aged man with a weathered exterior, his face etched with the lines of experience. His eyes, filled with a mix of determination and skepticism, dart around the room, taking in the vibrant energy of the studio. He's not just here to play a game. He's here to prove something not only to himself, but to a world that has often dismissed him for his background. As the camera zooms in on Alex, he shifts nervously in his seat, feeling the weight of the moment pressing down on him. Around him, fellow contestants chatter animatedly, their laughter ringing out like music. Yet, Alex remains silent, lost in his thoughts, contemplating what this opportunity means for him. This is a chance to showcase his knowledge, to rise above the prejudices he has faced, and perhaps to reclaim a sense of dignity that has been stripped away by years of judgment. Steve's voice booms through the studio, welcoming everyone to the show. He introduces the game with his signature flair, making witty remarks that draw laughter from the audience. However, as the initial excitement unfolds, an underlying tension starts to seep into the atmosphere. Contestants are not just competing for cash prizes. There's an unspoken sense of rivalry, a hidden layer of complexity that adds weight to the game. For Alex, this is not merely a contest of trivia. It is a battleground of beliefs, where every question feels like a personal challenge, a reflection of his worth and identity. The audience senses something brewing beneath the surface, their anticipation palpable as they lean forward in their seats. Whispers of excitement ripple through the crowd, mingling with the thumping of hearts and the rustling of clothing. The stakes are high, and everyone can feel it. As the music fades and the spotlight shines brightly on Steve, he engages with the audience, building suspense with his charismatic energy. "Are you ready to play?" he asks, and the crowd erupts in cheers, their enthusiasm infectious. He introduces the format of the game, but Alex's mind is racing a mix of hope and anxiety, swirling within him. This moment is more than a chance to win. It's an opportunity to confront the biases that have haunted him for years. Just as the first round begins, Steve leans into the microphone, his eyes scanning the eager contestants. "Let's get started. Who's ready to win?" The crowds roar crescendos, but little do they know, this moment will soon transform into a confrontation that will shake the very foundation of their beliefs. The air is thick with expectation, and for Alex, the stakes have never felt higher. As the camera captures the excitement on stage, it also zooms in on Alex, his expression shifting from excitement to tension. The smile on his face fades slightly as he grapples with the realization that this game is not just about answering questions, it's about standing up for who he is and what he believes. The chapter closes with a cliffhanger, hinting at the storm that's about to unfold, a confrontation that will challenge not only Alex, but everyone watching. The lights dim momentarily before bursting back to life, illuminating the vibrant set where contestants sit, hearts pounding with anticipation. Steve Harvey stands center stage, ready to kick off the first round, his playful demeanor putting everyone at ease. His presence is magnetic, drawing laughter and excitement from the audience, who are all eager to see how the game will unfold. The sound of the audience's cheers resonates through the studio, creating an atmosphere thick with anticipation, where everyone feels the thrill of competition in the air. As the first question is posed, Alex sits at the edge of his seat, his palms sweaty against the cool metal of the podium. The question flashes on the screen, a simple trivia query that seems almost too easy. Yet for him, it feels monumental. It's not just a test of knowledge, it represents a chance to assert his place in this vibrant arena. The question is read aloud. What is the capital of France? A flood of memories rushes through Alex's mind, reminding him of his school days when geography was a subject he excelled in. He recalls the long nights studying, dreaming of opportunities that seemed just out of reach. As he buzzes in, the crowd waits, breaths held in suspense. The silence in the studio amplifies the sound of his heartbeat, a quick thump-thump that feels like a drum roll building up to a grand revelation. Just as Alex begins to answer, a voice from the back of the audience cuts through the excitement. A heckler, whose words are laced with contempt. "You don't belong here. Go back where you came from." The comment hangs in the air like a dark cloud, jarring and unexpected. It's a stark reminder of the prejudice he has faced throughout his life, a bitter echo of the judgment he has encountered in various forms. The audience's reaction shifts dramatically, gasps ripple through the crowd, and some contestants shift uncomfortably in their chairs, while others murmur softly, unsure of how to respond. Alex feels a knot tighten in his stomach, the sting of those words hitting him harder than he anticipated. For a moment, he feels as if the ground has been pulled from beneath him, leaving him exposed and vulnerable under the bright studio lights. But then, amid the chaos of emotions, a fire ignites within him. This isn't just about answering a question anymore. It's about standing up against the hatred that has followed him, about defying the stereotype that has been unjustly placed upon him. Steve, ever the professional and a seasoned host, quickly addresses the disruption with a calm authority that commands respect. "Hey now, we're here to have fun. Let's keep it positive." His voice rings out, aiming to restore the energy in the room. The audience erupts in cheers, rallying behind Steve's call for unity and support. Yet, despite the encouragement, Alex feels the weight of the heckler's words lingering in the air, a bitter reminder of the hostility that still exists. He can feel the eyes of the audience on him, some filled with sympathy, others judging him silently, as if weighing his worth based on a single moment. With a renewed sense of purpose, Alex takes a deep breath, grounding himself. He draws from that inner strength, the resilience that has carried him through countless challenges. "The capital of France is Paris," he declares, his voice ringing out with newfound confidence. The moment he utters those words, the tension in the studio begins to dissipate. The crowd erupts into applause. There, cheers drowning out the negativity that had briefly clouded the atmosphere. It's a moment of triumph, a small victory that feels monumental against the backdrop of the heckler's comment. Steve grins, clearly impressed with Alex's poise and determination. "That's right. You're off to a great start." The praise feels like a warm embrace, wrapping around Alex and providing a sense of validation. He can see the audience responding positively, their enthusiasm igniting a flicker of hope within him. In that moment, he realizes that this is more than a game show. It's a platform where he can reclaim his narrative and challenge the stereotypes that have plagued him for far too long. As the applause washes over him, Alex feels a sense of belonging that he has been searching for. A reminder that despite the hostility he faces, there are supporters who believe in him. The chapter closes with the sounds of cheers echoing in his ears, a powerful reminder that he has the strength to rise above adversity and make his voice heard, a beacon of hope in a sea of doubt. As the first round concludes, the energy in the studio is electric. The audience's cheers still reverberate, a tangible reminder of the triumph that Alex just experienced. The atmosphere is charged with excitement, and Steve Harvey, with his signature charisma, prepares to transition into the next phase of the game. Contestants are eager, their eyes gleaming with determination, each one vying for the chance to shine in the spotlight. With the next question looming, the stakes feel higher than ever. Alex can sense the tension rising not just within himself, but among all the contestants. This isn't merely a game for them, it's a chance to rewrite their stories, to prove that they belong on this stage and deserve to be seen. The audience, too, is invested in the drama unfolding before them. their collective energy creating a palpable buzz that electrifies the air, making every heartbeat resonate like a drum. The next question appears on the screen, and it's a difficult one. What is the largest planet in our solar system? Alex's mind races as he thinks through his options. He knows the answer, but the pressure is mounting. The memory of the heckler lingers like a shadow, a reminder of the scrutiny he faces. He can almost hear the voice again, taunting him, but he shakes it off. He cannot let negativity define this moment. He buzzes in again, this time with more confidence, determined to seize this opportunity. Just as Steve prepares to call on him, another voice interrupts this time, a member of the audience who leans forward, their face twisted in disdain. "You think you can just answer these questions? You'll never win." The comment cuts through the air, sharp and stinging. A wave of murmurs spreads through the audience, some gasping in shock, while others express their agreement with muffled laughter. Alex feels the heat rising to his cheeks. The sting of those words goes deeper than he wants to admit. It's not just about the game anymore. It's a reflection of the bias he has faced for years, the struggle to be accepted and valued. Steve quickly steps in, his voice steady and firm. "Let's keep the focus on the game, folks. Everyone's here to win, and we're all rooting for each other." His words resonate with the audience, who once again rally behind the call for positivity. But for Alex, the weight of the heckler's comment is a heavy burden. He takes a moment to gather himself, feeling the pressure of the spotlight bearing down on him. He can see the other contestants glancing at him, sensing the tension in the air, and he knows he must push through the discomfort. With a resolute spirit, he pushes aside the negativity, reminding himself why he is here. He thinks about the people who have supported him throughout his journey, the friends and family who have believed in him even when he doubted himself. The faces of those who have cheered him on flash through his mind, and he draws strength from their unwavering belief. "The largest planet in our solar system is Jupiter," he answers, his voice steady and strong. The audience erupts into applause, their cheers filling him with a renewed sense of purpose. Steve beams at him, visibly impressed by his composure and knowledge. "That's right, you're on a roll." The applause swells, wrapping around Alex like a warm blanket. In that moment, he realizes that he has not only answered correctly, he has also silenced the detractors, if only for a moment. The support of the audience feels like a victory in itself, a reminder that he is not alone in this journey. Each correct answer is a step further away from the negativity that has shadowed his past. As the game progresses, Alex finds himself gaining momentum, each question answered correctly bolstering his confidence. The questions become progressively more difficult, but he feels ready for each challenge. He can see the contestants around him also rising to the challenge, their faces lit with determination. The stakes have never felt higher, but so too has the sense of camaraderie in the air. Alex knows that he is not just competing against them. They are all part of a larger narrative, a shared experience of triumph over adversity. They exchange glances of encouragement, a silent acknowledgement that they are all fighting their own battles. When the next question flashes on the screen, it's a pop culture query. Which movie won the Oscar for Best Picture in 1994? Alex's heart races, but he feels prepared. He recalls his late-night study sessions, poring over trivia books and watching classic films. "Forrest Gump," he exclaims, confident in his answer. The audience cheers again, and he feels a wave of exhilaration wash over him. Each cheer reinforces his belief in himself, in his ability to stand strong against the odds. After a few more questions, the game takes a brief intermission. Alex takes a moment to breathe, soaking in the atmosphere. He looks out at the audience, a mix of faces filled with excitement and hope. He can see people leaning forward in their seats, hanging on every word spoken on stage. This is more than just a game. It's a moment of connection, a chance for everyone to experience something larger than themselves. As the intermission wraps up, Alex knows that the next round will be crucial. He steels himself for the challenges ahead, ready to face whatever comes his way. The chapter closes with the sound of the audience's cheers ringing in his ears, serving as a powerful reminder that he is here to stay. Amidst the challenges and the negativity, Alex has found his voice and has ready to continue this journey forward, undeterred, and resolute. The next round begins, and the atmosphere is charged with an electric energy that pulses through the studio. Steve Harvey, ever the master of ceremonies, stands at the forefront, his smile infectious as he engages with the contestants and the audience. The tension is palpable, and Alex can feel it in the air. This is where the competition truly heats up. The stakes are raised, and so is the determination within him. He knows that each question answered correctly is not just a step toward victory, but a chance to prove himself in front of a live audience and millions watching at home. With the first question of the round displayed on the screen, Alex's heart races. What is the chemical symbol for gold? The question seems deceptively simple, yet Alex knows the pressure is on. Contestants around him buzz in quickly, their eagerness echoing the urgency of the moment. Alex takes a deep breath, focusing his mind, visualizing the periodic table that he had memorized during his school years. He knows this answer could be the key to propelling him further in the game and ultimately lead him to the victory he has long dreamed of. As he buzzes in, he catches a glimpse of the audience. Their faces are a mix of anticipation and excitement, and he feels their collective hope resting on his shoulders. "Ow!" he calls out, the answer bursting from his lips with confidence. The crowd erupts in applause, and Alex feels a rush of adrenaline surge through him. Steve gives him a thumbs up, affirming his correctness. "You're on fire, my friend." The approval from Steve, a figure he has admired for years, fills him with a sense of pride and validation. But just as Alex begins to revel in his success, he notices a group of contestants whispering among themselves, their eyes darting toward him. Doubt creeps in again, a familiar foe that has haunted him for years. He can't help but wonder if they are talking about him, questioning his worthiness to be there. The heckler's words echo in his memory, but he shakes his head, refusing to let those thoughts take root. He is here to prove not only to himself, but to everyone watching that he deserves this moment, that he has fought hard to reach this point. The next question is a challenging one. What year did the Berlin Wall fall? This time, Alex feels a moment of hesitation. The weight of the competition presses down on him as he thinks back to his history classes. The seconds tick by, and he can feel the pressure mounting. He glances at the other contestants, who are equally focused, their brows furrowed in concentration. The tension in the air is thick enough to cut with a knife, and for a moment, it feels as though the world has narrowed down to just him and this question. Suddenly, the answer comes to him in a flash of clarity. 1989. He buzzes in with urgency, his heart pounding as he waits for Steve to call on him. "Alex, what's your answer?" Steve prompts, his voice encouraging yet expectant. 1989, Alex responds, his voice ringing with conviction. The audience holds its breath, and for a brief moment, time seems to stand still. "That's right," Steve declares, and the applause that follows feels like a victory anthem, a powerful validation of his efforts. The sound washes over him, a tide of affirmation that pushes away the lingering doubts. With each correct answer, Alex feels a growing sense of empowerment. He is not just a contestant. He is a representation of resilience, of overcoming adversity in the face of doubt. The atmosphere shifts. It's no longer just about the competition, but about connection and shared experiences. Each question answered correctly feels like a step toward reclaiming his narrative, a chance to challenge the biases that have followed him for so long. He glances around at the other contestants, each one battling their own insecurities, and he realizes they are all in this together, united by the challenge they face. As the round progresses, Alex begins to notice a change in the energy of the contestants around him. They are no longer just rivals, they are allies in this game of knowledge and chance. He exchanges smiles and nods with them, a silent acknowledgement that they are all pushing each other to do their best. The camaraderie feels refreshing, and he knows that he is not alone in this journey. It dawns on him that every contestant carries their own story, their own struggles and victories. They are all here to fight for their dreams, just like he is. The final question of the round is a doozy. Which country is known as the land of the rising sun? Alex feels a wave of excitement wash over him. He knows this one, and he buzzes in confidently. "Japan!" he exclaims, and the audience erupts into cheers once again. The validation feels incredible, and he can see the pride in Steve's eyes as he acknowledges Alex's growing prowess in the game. "You are really impressing everyone today, Alex," Steve says, his enthusiasm infectious. As the round concludes, Alex stands tall, a newfound determination coursing through him. He has faced not only the questions but also the doubts that have plagued him for far too long. The audience's support has transformed his experience, turning a moment of competition into one of empowerment. He can feel the weight of his past lifting, replaced by a sense of belonging and purpose. He knows that he has not only answered questions correctly, but has also begun to redefine his relationship with himself and the world around him. As the camera zooms in on his beaming face, Alex knows he is ready for whatever comes next. He has overcome not just the hurdles of the game, but the internal battles that have held him back for years. The chapter closes with the sounds of cheers and applause ringing in his ears, a powerful reminder that he is here to make a difference, not just for himself, but for everyone who has ever felt underestimated or dismissed. He's ready to continue this journey, one question at a time, fueled by the courage to change his narrative and inspire others to do the same. As the game enters its final rounds, the atmosphere becomes increasingly charged with anticipation, excitement, and a hint of nervous energy. The audience is on the edge of their seats, their eyes glued to the stage, and the stakes have never been higher. Alex can feel the excitement coursing through him like a live wire, fueling his determination and focus. This is the moment he has been waiting for, a chance to not only compete, but to truly shine in front of a live audience and the millions watching at home. He recalls the journey that has brought him here, the struggles he has faced, and the doubts he has battled along the way. Every moment, every question, has led to this pivotal point in his life. Steve stands center stage, his charismatic presence commanding attention, as he introduces the final round with flair and enthusiasm. "All right, folks, this is where it gets serious. The questions are tougher, and the rewards are greater. Get ready for an exhilarating ride." The crowd erupts in cheers, their enthusiasm washing over Alex like a wave, lifting his spirits even higher. He knows that this is not just a game, it's a representation of his hard work, resilience, and the courage to rise above adversity. The first question of the final round flashes on the screen. What is the capital of Australia? Alex's mind races as he recalls his geography lessons. There's no hesitation this time. "Canberra!" he shouts, feeling a surge of confidence. The audience responds with applause, and Steve nods approvingly, his smile broadening. "That's right, you're on a roll." Each correct answer feels like a personal victory, a chance to reclaim his narrative, and he relishes the feeling of validation from both the audience and his fellow contestants. As the round progresses, the questions become more complex, testing not just knowledge, but quick thinking and composure under pressure. "Who painted the Mona Lisa?" Steve asks, his tone playful yet serious. Alex buzzes in immediately. "Leonardo da Vinci." The crowd erupts into applause again, and he can't help but smile, feeling the adrenaline spike through him. Each question answered correctly reinforces his belief that he belongs here, that he is capable of achieving greatness. Yet, with each victory, a shadow of doubt still lingers in the back of his mind. He remembers the heckler, the voices of doubt from his past, and the struggles he has faced simply to be seen and heard. He fights to push those thoughts aside, focusing instead on the support of the crowd and the camaraderie he has built with the other contestants. They are in this together, and he takes solace in their shared experience, knowing that they are all fighting their own battles. The next question is a curveball. What is the largest organ in the human body? Alex feels a moment of uncertainty. This isn't a question he had prepared for, and he can feel the pressure mounting. The seconds tick by, and he watches as other contestants buzz in, their confidence evident. Finally, he remembers the answer. "The skin," he exclaims, relief flooding through him as the audience applauds once more. It's a reminder that even in moments of doubt, he can rely on his knowledge and instincts. As the questions continue, Alex finds himself on a streak, He answers question after question, each correct response building his confidence and momentum. He can feel the energy of the audience fueling him, their cheers resonating in his heart and mind. He takes a moment to look around the studio, absorbing the warmth of the crowd and the electric atmosphere. This is more than just a game. It's a celebration of knowledge, resilience, and the human spirit. Each answer he provides feels like a testament to his journey and a chance to inspire others. But just as he feels he is reaching the peak of his performance, the final question arrives, a question that could change everything and determine the outcome of the game. For the win, what is the name of the longest river in the world? Alex's heart races. He knows the answer but feels the weight of the moment pressing down on him. This isn't just about winning. It's about everything he has fought for, everything he has overcome to stand here today. The stakes have never felt higher, and the pressure is palpable. He takes a deep breath, recalling the countless hours of studying, the support of his loved ones, and the struggles that have shaped him. "The Nile," he calls out, his voice steady and strong, imbued with a confidence that has grown throughout the game. The audience holds its breath, and Alex feels a moment of stillness envelop the room. Steve pauses for dramatic effect, his eyes sparkling with excitement, then breaks into a smile. "That's correct. You've done it." The applause erupts like a thunderclap, and Alex is overwhelmed by a rush of emotions. Relief, joy, and a profound sense of accomplishment wash over him. He has not only won the game, but he has also proven to himself that he is capable of greatness. The cheers of the audience fill the air, a symphony of support that drowns out any lingering doubts. In this moment, he feels invincible, as if he has climbed the highest mountain and reached the summit. As he stands there, basking in the glow of victory, Alex realizes that this moment is not just about the prize or the recognition. It's about the journey he has taken, the courage to confront his fears, and the strength to rise above them. He has transformed from a hesitant contestant into a confident champion, ready to embrace whatever comes next. The realization hits him. He is not just a participant in a game, he is a symbol of perseverance and resilience for everyone watching. After the applause begins to dwindle, Steve approaches him, extending a hand, his expression filled with admiration. "Alex, you've shown us what determination looks like. You've not only played the game, you've inspired everyone here today." Alex shakes Steve's hand firmly, feeling the weight of his words sink in. He knows that this victory is not just for him, but for anyone who has ever felt underestimated or held back. As the cameras zoom in on his beaming face, Alex knows he is ready for whatever comes next. He has overcome not just the hurdles of the game, but the internal battles that have held him back for years. The chapter closes with Alex soaking in the joyous atmosphere, surrounded by the applause and admiration of the audience. He has overcome the odds, and in doing so, he has inspired not only himself but everyone watching. This is just the beginning of his journey, a testament to the power of resilience and the courage to change one's narrative. As he reflects on this monumental achievement, he understands that the journey ahead will be filled with new challenges and opportunities for growth. With a heart full of hope and a spirit ignited by determination, Alex looks forward to the future, ready to embrace the next chapter of his life with enthusiasm and unyielding courage. As the confetti falls and the applause gradually fades, Alex finds himself standing on stage, soaked in the warmth of victory and the thrill of triumph. The lights dim slightly, creating an intimate atmosphere amidst the celebration. He can hardly believe that he has just won not only the game, but also a significant moment in his life, a moment that feels like it has the potential to change everything. The realization begins to settle in. This victory is not just an end, but a powerful new beginning, one that could open doors he had only dreamed of. After Steve wraps up the event with his signature charm, the contestants gather for a final moment of camaraderie. Alex exchanges hugs and high fives with his fellow competitors, who have shared this roller coaster of emotions with him. They laugh and reminisce about the challenges they faced together, creating bonds that extend beyond the game and the competitive atmosphere. "You were incredible out there, Alex. one contestant exclaims, clapping him on the back. "You really showed everyone what you are made of." Their words resonate deeply with him, and he feels a swell of gratitude for the support and encouragement from these newfound friends. This shared experience has forged connections that he knows will last long after the show ends. As the crowd begins to disperse, Alex steps away from the stage, allowing himself a moment of solitude to reflect on what has just transpired. He takes a deep breath, inhaling the scent of the studio, an intoxicating mix of excitement, sweat, and the lingering aroma of popcorn from the audience. He can still hear the echoes of cheers and applause in his mind, a reminder of the journey he has just completed. In that moment of quiet, he contemplates what this victory means for him moving forward. He thinks about the challenges he faced, the heckler's harsh words, and the doubts that once clouded his mind. Each step in this journey has taught him valuable lessons about resilience, self-worth, and the importance of believing in oneself. He realizes that he can no longer allow the negativity of others to define him. Instead, he chooses to embrace his identity as a champion, a person who has fought against the odds and emerged victorious, someone who can inspire others to do the same. With a newfound sense of purpose, Alex envisions the future ahead. He sees opportunities waiting to be seized, dreams waiting to be chased, and a world full of possibilities he is now ready to explore. What will he do next? The possibilities seem endless, and the excitement of that realization fills him with energy. He imagines sharing his story with others, using his experience to inspire those who might feel lost or discouraged. He wants to be a beacon of hope, showing that change is possible and that perseverance can lead to extraordinary outcomes. As he walks out of the studio, the bright lights fade behind him, but the warmth of the audience's applause lingers in his heart. He steps into the bustling world outside, feeling energized and ready to take on new challenges. The streets are alive with energy, and he can't help but smile as he navigates through the crowd, feeling as if he is walking on air. The city feels different now. It's as if everything is imbued with a new vibrancy, a fresh start that awaits him. His thoughts drift to the people who have supported him throughout this journey, his family, friends, and mentors. He remembers the late-night study sessions, the countless hours spent preparing, the sacrifices they made to support his dreams, and the unwavering belief they had in his potential. He knows he must reach out to them, not just to share his victory, but to express his profound gratitude. They have been his rock, and he wants them to know how much their belief in him has meant. Later that evening, Alex sits down with his phone, scrolling through his contacts until he finds his mom's name. With a deep breath, he types a message. "Mom, I did it. I won. I can't wait to share everything with you. Thank you for believing in me." His heart races as he hits send, a smile spreading across his face. Moments later, his phone buzzes with a response. "I knew you could do it. I'm so proud of you. Let's celebrate." The warmth of her words fills him with joy, and he can't wait to reconnect and share his journey in detail, to relive the exhilarating moments of the game and the emotions that surged within him. In the days that follow, Alex immerses himself in the whirlwind of post-game excitement. Interviews, social media buzz, and messages of congratulations fill his time. He embraces it all, grateful for the opportunity to reflect on his experience and share his story. As he engages with fans and fellow contestants, he realizes that his journey is resonating with many people. They share their own stories of overcoming obstacles, and Alex listens intently, inspired by their resilience. It feels like a community, a network of dreamers and fighters who are all striving for something greater. One day, while scrolling through social media, Alex stumbles upon a post about a local charity organization that focuses on empowering at-risk youth through education and mentorship. The mission resonates deeply with him, striking a chord within his heart. He feels a calling to get involved, to give back to the community that has supported him. He reaches out to the organization, expressing his desire to contribute and share his story. They respond enthusiastically, inviting him to speak at an upcoming event aimed at inspiring young people to pursue their dreams, no matter the obstacles they face. As the date of the event approaches, Alex prepares thoughtfully, He reflects on the lessons he has learned, the struggles he has faced, and the importance of believing in oneself. He crafts a speech that is authentic and heartfelt, determined to connect with the audience on a personal level. He wants to share not just his victories, but also the challenges and setbacks that have shaped him into who he is today. On the day of the event, he stands in front of a group of eager young faces, each one filled with hope and potential, and he feels a wave of responsibility wash over him. With passion and sincerity, he shares his journey's challenges, the victories, and the importance of resilience. He sees the spark of inspiration in their eyes, and he knows he is making an impact. As he speaks, he recounts the heckler's words that once haunted him, describing how they fueled his determination, rather than diminishing it. He emphasizes the power of perseverance and the beauty of failure as a stepping stone to success. As he concludes his speech, the room erupts into applause, and he feels a profound sense of fulfillment. He has taken his experience full circle, transforming his victory into a powerful message of hope for others. Walking away from the event, Alex feels a sense of purpose that he has never experienced before. He knows this is just the beginning of his journey as an advocate for change. He envisions future opportunities to connect with communities, share his story, and empower others to overcome their own challenges. The courage to change has become his mantra, and he is committed to spreading that message far and wide. He can already see the seeds of inspiration taking root in the minds of the young people he spoke to, and he feels a deep sense of responsibility to nurture that growth. As he reflects on everything that has transpired, Alex understands that this victory is not merely a moment in time, but the catalyst for a lifetime of possibilities. He is ready to embrace the future, armed with the lessons of his past, the support of his community, and an unwavering belief in himself. The world is his canvas, and he is determined to paint it with colors of courage, hope, and inspiration. With every step he takes, he feels more empowered and ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. Knowing that he has the strength to overcome anything in the months that follow, Alex continues to engage with the charity, mentoring young students and sharing his story at schools and community centers. He sees the impact he is making, the lives he is touching, and it fills him with purpose. Each interaction reinforces his belief in the power of education and the importance of fostering a supportive environment for the next generation. He becomes a regular at events, often speaking about his journey and encouraging the youth to pursue their passions relentlessly. The support he receives from the community is overwhelming, and he begins to realize the true power of connection. He forms friendships with other advocates and mentors, creating a network of like-minded individuals dedicated to making a difference. Together, they organize workshops, educational programs, and community events that empower young minds and give them the tools they need to succeed. Alex thrives in this environment, finding joy in collaboration and the collective effort to uplift others. As he reflects on his own journey, Alex recognizes that the challenges he faced were not just obstacles, but crucial parts of his story. They have shaped him into a more compassionate, understanding, and driven individual. He understands that everyone has their own struggles, and he is committed to being a source of support and encouragement for those who feel lost or discouraged. He knows that he has the power to inspire change, not just through his words, but through his actions and the way he lives his life. As he looks to the future, Alex feels invigorated by the possibilities that lie ahead. He dreams of writing a book to share his story in greater detail, to reach even more people who might benefit from his experiences. He envisions speaking engagements across the country, using his voice to advocate for education, resilience, and the power of community support. The idea of making a larger impact excites him, and he begins to outline his vision for a non-profit organization dedicated to empowering youth through education and mentorship. In the quiet moments, as he reflects on his journey, Alex feels a deep sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the experiences that have shaped him, for the people who have supported him, and for the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of others. He knows that his victory on that stage was just the beginning, a launching pad into a life filled with purpose and passion. With each passing day, he embraces the journey ahead, ready to face new challenges, inspire change, and continue to grow into the person he was always meant to be. As the sunlight streamed through the window, casting a warm glow over his workspace, Alex sat at his desk, reflecting on the whirlwind of the past few months. His nonprofit organization was thriving, and the impact it was making in the community was palpable. He had poured his heart into every initiative, every mentorship program, and every speech he delivered. Yet, amidst all the success, he felt a persistent yearning to go deeper, to reach even more young people who needed guidance and encouragement. One morning, as he sipped his coffee and flipped through emails, he stumbled upon a message that caught his attention. It was an invitation to speak at a national youth conference, a gathering designed to empower young leaders from across the country. The event would host workshops, panels, and networking opportunities, and it promised to be a platform for inspiring change on a larger scale. His heart raced at the thought of addressing a national audience, sharing his journey, and connecting with youth from diverse backgrounds. This was the chance he had been waiting for, a moment to amplify his message and extend his reach. Without hesitation, Alex replied affirmatively, eager to accept the invitation. In preparation, he began crafting a speech that would resonate with these young leaders. He wanted to share not just his triumphs, but also the challenges he faced, the moments of doubt, and the resilience that carried him through. He envisioned young faces in the audience, hanging on his every word, and he wanted to empower them to embrace their own stories and potential. As the conference date approached, excitement mixed with nerves. He spent countless hours rehearsing, refining his message, and visualizing the impact he hoped to make. He knew that this was not just about him, it was about the collective strength of the youth, the voices that needed to be heard, and the change that could ripple out from their experiences. The day of the conference finally arrived, and Alex stepped onto the stage, taking a moment to absorb the energy of the room. Hundreds of young leaders filled the seats, their faces alive with hope and ambition. As he began to speak, he felt a surge of adrenaline. He shared his story, the struggles of being underestimated, the journey of finding his voice, and the realization that every setback was a setup for growth. He spoke passionately about resilience, the importance of believing in oneself, and the power of community support. The audience responded with enthusiasm, and he could see their engagement as they nodded, smiled, and even wiped away tears. He encouraged them to reflect on their own journeys, to recognize their worth, and to embrace their unique stories as tools for change. "You are the architects of your own future," he declared, his voice steady and strong. "Don't let anyone else define what you can achieve. Your voice matters, and your dreams are valid." As he concluded his speech, the applause erupted like a wave, filling the auditorium with a palpable sense of energy. Alex stepped down from the stage, exhilarated and fulfilled. He had shared his truth, and in doing so, he hoped to ignite a spark within each young leader present. As he mingled with attendees during the networking sessions, he was overwhelmed by the stories they shared with him. Each narrative was unique, filled with aspirations, struggles, and dreams waiting to be realized. One young woman approached him, her eyes shining with determination. "Your speech really resonated with me," she said. "I've always wanted to start a nonprofit focused on mental health awareness, but I didn't know where to begin. Hearing your story gave me the courage to take the first step." Alex felt a surge of pride and gratitude. This was exactly the impact he had hoped to achieve, a ripple effect of inspiration that encouraged others to pursue their passions and create change. Throughout the conference, Alex engaged with countless attendees, and each conversation further fueled his passion. He listened intently as young leaders shared their ideas and aspirations, offering advice, encouragement, and connections where he could. He realized that his role was not just as a speaker, but as a mentor and ally in their journeys. With each interaction, he felt the power of community, strengthening a network of young leaders ready to uplift one another and effect change. As the conference came to a close, Alex participated in a panel discussion with other influential speakers. They shared insights on leadership, resilience, and the importance of fostering a supportive community. Each panelist brought a unique perspective, but a common thread wove through their conversations: the understanding that every voice matters and that together they could create a brighter future. After the panel, Alex felt a sense of fulfillment that exceeded his expectations. The connections he had made, the stories he had heard, and the impact he had witnessed filled him with hope for the future. He knew that the seeds of change had been planted, and he was excited to see how they would grow. Returning home from the conference, Alex reflected on the experience and what it meant for his journey. He felt energized and inspired to expand his nonprofit's reach, to connect with more young people, and to create programs that would empower them to become leaders in their own right. He began brainstorming new initiatives, considering how he could leverage the connections made at the conference to build partnerships and collaborative projects. Over the following weeks, Alex worked tirelessly to implement new ideas. He launched a mentorship program that paired young leaders with experienced professionals in their fields of interest. He organized workshops focused on skill development, leadership training, and personal growth. He envisioned creating a platform where youth could not only learn but also share their stories, fostering a sense of community and support. As the programs began to take shape, Alex felt a renewed sense of purpose. He reached out to local schools and community centers to promote the initiatives, excited to see how many young people would take advantage of the opportunities presented to them. The response was overwhelmingly positive, and soon, he found himself surrounded by a diverse group of eager participants, each one ready to embark on their own journey of growth and empowerment. During one of the workshops, Alex shared his story again, but this time, he invited participants to share their own experiences. One by one, they opened up about their struggles, dreams, and aspirations. The room filled with a sense of vulnerability and authenticity as they listened and supported one another. It was a beautiful moment of connection, and Alex felt a deep sense of fulfillment as he witnessed the ripple effect of his work. As the months passed, the impact of the programs became clear. Participants began to step into leadership roles, organizing events, and collaborating on projects that addressed issues they were passionate about. Alex watched in awe as the youth he had mentored transformed into confident leaders, advocating for change in their communities. The ripple effect he had envisioned was becoming a reality. One day, a group of young leaders approached Alex with an idea for a community service project. They wanted to organize a local cleanup day, focusing on environmental awareness and community pride. Inspired by their initiative, Alex quickly agreed to help them plan and promote the event. Together, they mobilized volunteers, secured donations from local businesses, and spread the word through social media. On the day of the cleanup, the turnout exceeded everyone's expectations. Families, friends, and community members gathered to support the cause, united by a common goal. As they worked side by side, Alex felt a sense of pride and gratitude for the young leaders who had taken the initiative to create change. Their enthusiasm was contagious, and he knew that this was just one of many projects that would emerge from the seeds of inspiration they had planted together. As the sun set on the cleanup day, Alex stood back and observed the scene before him: a community coming together, young leaders taking charge, and a sense of hope filling the air. He realized that this was the essence of his journey, not just personal triumph, but the empowerment of others to rise, lead, and create a positive impact in the world. In that moment, Alex understood that the ripple effect of his work would continue to spread far beyond what he could see. Each young leader he mentored, each story they shared, and each initiative they launched would create waves of change that could transform lives, communities, and ultimately, the world. With renewed determination, he committed himself to this path, ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead, knowing that together they could achieve greatness.